Hi Math 20s, this video is just an introduction to Chapter 9. Chapter 9, we're going to be getting into linear and quadratic inequalities. But to start off with, I just want to talk about inequalities. Inequality means that you have a greater than or a less than. So in this case, x is greater than 5 means that everything greater than 5 is included. 5 itself is not included, and that's why I've used an open dot here. That's different than if I have an equal to sign along with. So in this case, x is less than or equal to -2, which means -2 is included. So I fill in the dot, and this time it's less than, so the arrow is going the other way. So the open dot versus the filled in dot is just the difference between whether the inequality has an equal to or not equal to. So in some cases you'll have kind of a sandwich like this. X needs to be between 1 and 4, but can include 4, not include 1. So the visual representation of that on a number line from 1 to 4 is included, but not including the number 1, so open dot on the 1. Now sometimes you have to do a little bit of work to get there. We have something like this, 3x plus 5 is less than 0. Your rules for algebra are the same for the most part, and I'll talk about that in the next quick example, but here I would subtract 5 from both sides, so I have now 3x is less than -5. Then I could divide by 3 on both sides, and I have an inequality that says, oh, okay, x must be less than -5/3, so something roughly like that on your number line. The one exception to regular algebra rules sometimes comes here. Now, if you choose to do this one the same way, meaning you subtract the 6 to the other side, now you want to divide by -2. This is the tricky little rule with inequalities. If you divide or multiply by a negative, your inequality has to change directions, has to switch around. So the correct answer to this is that x is less than 3. X has to be less than 3. The way you can get around that challenge right there, if I start with the same inequality, instead of subtracting the 6, why not add the 2x to the other side, add the 2x to that side, then you don't have to be faced with that challenge, just divide by 2, and you still do get the answer, x is less than 3. In this case, it looks like it's saying 3 is greater than x, but that's the same solution we just had. So there's just a basic introduction to inequalities that you ideally know from kind of your Math 9 and 10 work.